Welcome back to another yoga flow, and today is going to be a working from home spine refresh. So those times when you've been maybe like tapping and typing away for a little while and you're starting to get a bit of a stiff like neck and shoulders and you just feel like your spine needs a good old stretch out. So come on up to standing, bring your feet about hip width apart and then soften through the knees, relax the shoulders. Imagine you're just like a 16-year-old boy and you're just like, can't be bothered. And then close off the eyes. And just start to notice how it feels to be standing. Notice the feet in contact with the floor or the mat beneath you. And how that it's really hard to actually be fully still. Noticing how your spine kind of falls in space here, so those natural S-curves of the spine. And just start to notice your breath. Watching it rise and fall. Move up and down the length of the spine. And when you're ready, blinking the eyes open, but keeping the knees a little soft, we're just going to start by swinging our arms from side to side. Keep the knees a little soft so you can like get that movement. And you probably feel it into the shoulders, into the middle, like thoracic spine. You can like keep your arms super heavy, so they might even like hit you a little bit. Nice, relaxing through the wrists and the hands, completely let go of the arms. Nice, allowing that breath just to flow. You might hear a few like pops and clicks as your shoulders loosen. That middle back kind of warms up a little bit. Lovely. And then see if you can make them even bigger, even more exaggerated. So maybe that means going a little bit faster. Nice. Good, and then slow it down. So slowly begin to slow down the motion. We're just going to slow down the arms. Smaller and smaller. Until you come to a stop. Relax through the shoulders. Notice how that feels, that maybe like tingling sensation or that warmth. Wonderful. Inhale. Stretch your fingers high up overhead. Imagine you're growing all the way from your heel bones up to your fingertips. Awesome. And then interlace your fingers. Bring them to the back of the head. Just let your elbows drop out to the side. Inhale. See if you can lift the skull up taller so you're lengthening through the spine. Good. And as you exhale, come over to one hand side. Getting that nice lateral stretch now. Zip up through the belly so you can control the movement and you don't just kind of dump to the side. Might shake a little bit. Good. As you inhale, come back through center and let's go over to the opposite side. Feeling that nice stretch all the way down the side body. Good. On your inhalation, control the movement to come up. And then as you exhale, leaning the head back. So I'll demonstrate from the side. Taking a little bit of a back bend here. You can take a little kind of sway with the elbows if that feels good. Wonderful. Big breath in. And then as you exhale, bring your chin to your chest. Elbows tuck in. Soften the knees and slowly come on down to a very relaxed forward fold. So you can keep your hands on the back of your head if that feels nice to weight down the neck. Or you can let the arms just dangle. Or maybe grab opposite elbows. So it's not about the hamstrings this one, so you want to bend the knees and just feel that nice kind of light pulling in between the vertebrae as gravity pulls your head closer to the earth. Maybe there's a little sway from side to side here. And just notice how that feels when you kind of shift up the weight in your feet, how that kind of ricochets up the spine like a domino effect. Wonderful. And then from here, bringing the hands down to the mat, so you can bend the knees as much as you need to. You're going to step it back to a high plank. So stepping the feet back one at a time, coming to a plank just briefly. Good. Strong, strong core. Take a breath in. And then you're going to lower all the way down to your tummy. So feel free to use the knees, or if you want it a little bit more fiery, don't use the knees. Come down in one long line. I'm going to take a little flow here. So hands are underneath the shoulders. As you inhale, lifting the chest, squeeze the shoulder blades together, squeeze the elbows in, looking forwards. And as you exhale, lower down. Maybe for this second one, you get bigger. So as you inhale, lifting the chest, maybe pressing into the hands a little more. Exhale, lower. Let's do 3 more. Inhale, lifting. Maybe it gets higher, maybe not. Exhale, lower. So you want to build them up. Inhaling, lifting, lengthening that front side. Exhale, lower. Last one. Maybe you want to come up even higher. So inhale, lifting up. Maybe the arms straighten, maybe not for some of us. And as you exhale, come on down. Awesome. Bring your big toes together and then push it on back to child's pose. So rest belly to thighs, forehead to the mat. And breathe into that back body. See if you can send your breath down to that lumbar spine, that lower back area. Wonderful. When you're ready, coming forwards to an all fours position. Knees underneath the hips, take them a bit wider. And then just begin to free flow with your spine. So maybe it's like snake-like movements. How can you move your spine in a way that feels good? So maybe it's a little cat-cow. Maybe that's kind of working for us today. Or maybe it's something completely different. Maybe there's a little twist in it as you roll out the hips. Maybe you roll out through the shoulders and that kind of gets something moving in the upper back. You can even close your eyes and completely let go of what this looks like and just move into something that feels nourishing for you. It's a really nice way to refresh and hydrate our spine, those little spongy fluids, like discs that sit in between each vertebrae. See if we can give them a little bit of fresh life. Wonderful, nice. And then when you're ready, spread those fingers, tucking toes. Let's find a downward facing dog. So feet are hip width apart, sending the sit bones back and up, keeping the spine nice and long. So maybe the knees are a little bit soft for some of us. Priority today is spine nice and long. So head is heavy, tailbone twerking up towards the ceiling. Good. From here, come up high onto your tiptoes. As you exhale, turn your heels to the right. So your toes are to the left and the heels are to the right. And then bend your knees. You're going to get a nice twist through the back. Good. Inhale, come up through the center. Turn your heels to the left, toes to the right. And then bend the knees as much as feels good. Good. Inhaling through center. Exhale, pressing down through those heels. So maybe we get into the hamstrings just a little bit more. Wonderful. From here, begin to walk the feet towards the hands and the hands towards the feet. Coming into that nice heavy forward fold. Jaw is soft. Wonderful. And then soften the knees and slowly, slowly begin to roll up through the spine. One little vertebrae at a time. Coming all the way up to standing. Awesome. This time, let's take our legs as wide as you can with your big toes pointing inwards. We're going to take like a really wide leg forward fold and then transform it into a kind of a wide leg downward facing dog. Should feel glorious on your spine. So lift up the kneecap, take a breath in, hands to hips. And then as you exhale, forward folding, bend the knees as much as you need to. So again, it's more about the spine than the hamstrings. So if it's too hamstringy, grab blocks or bend your knees, that's totally cool. Let your head be heavy for a moment and just take a little sway with that upper body. Feel the upper back kind of loosen off. Good. And then let's transform this into that wide leg downward facing dog. So the feet stay the same. but you're going to walk your hands forward. So your hands are out in front, spread those fingers, and then you're going to let the head drop in between the arms, shifting the weight back into the heels. So the weight is kind of lifting backwards, tailbone is lifting up. You should feel a nice lengthening through the back. So shifting the weight into the heels if you can. Again, bend the knees if you need to. That's totally allowed. In fact, if you bend the knees, you might feel it just a little bit more, even if you do have that hamstring flexibility. Head is totally heavy, just dropping in between the arms. Breathe where you are. Good, and then walking the hands back underneath the face. Heel toe the feet inwards, just a little bit closer, so like yogi squat distance, big toes pointing out, and then come down into that yogi squat, any variation that suits you. Oh, feel that nice opening through the hip, but also through your lower back. Good. From here, bringing your hands behind, come down onto the bum, and then we're going to roll down onto our back. So come on down. And then hugging both knees in towards the chest. Give yourself a little bit of a lower back massage. So maybe it's little circles. Nice. Good. And then taking your arms out into a T shape or just a cactus shape if you've not got enough space. Make sure your hands are fully relaxed though, wherever you are. And then you're going to allow both knees to drop to the right hand side. Just let them fall lazily. Maybe your head turns away from those knees. You breathe into the twist. Let go of the want or the need to do the pose and just let gravity kind of do it for you. Every breath is refreshing the spine, refreshing every cell in the body. Every exhalation is getting rid of the stuff we don't need. Lovely. Inhale, bringing the knees back through the center, letting them drop on over to the opposite side. Maybe the head turns away so you get that full spinal twist. But if that doesn't feel good for the neck, you can have the head in whatever position suits you. Let go of any core engagement here that might be holding the twist back. And watch that flow of breath up and down the length of the spine, massaging as it goes. Nice. Inhale, bringing the knees back through center. Hugging the knees in towards the chest, and then tuck the chin into the chest. Good. From here, you're going to bring the hands onto the back of the knees, and we're going to rock and roll up and down the length of the spine a few times. So see if you can get all the way from sit bones almost to the back of the neck, if that feels okay. Make sure the chin is tucked to the chest, just to really look after that neck. Nice, rock in and roll in just a couple more times. And then on your next time, coming up to seated. So this is a nice way just to like wake up the spine. Come to a seated position, whatever that looks like for you. Hands resting onto the knees or the thighs. Visualizing a puppet string, pulling the crown of the head tall towards the sky. Take a smooth breath in. And as you exhale, soften the shoulders. Feel your sit bones rooted to the ground. And feel your spine floating in space. How does it feel now? And when you're ready, blinking the eyes open. Thank you so much for sharing this little practice with me today. I really hope it helped you. If it did, make sure you give it a little thumbs up, a little share with anyone you think could get some use of it. Otherwise, I'll see you on the next flow. Bye.